Hello and welcome to Face Check. You're joining me for another quick game on Jinteki.net. Here I'm playing a Leela Patel deck that originally started as just a bit of fun. I thought of other cards that might trigger on the same conditions as Leela's ability. So Leela, whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, add one unraised card to HQ. And it's very, very, very annoying. Dave Hoyland, Cerberus, piloted it in Worlds just there. Took third place. I can assure you his deck looks absolutely nothing like this. So the first thing I did was just throw in all the cards that did something when an agenda is scored or stolen. Logos or Logos, I'm not quite sure how that one's pronounced. I think it's Logos, but I'm not 100% sure. In addition to its console abilities, whenever the corpse scores an agenda, you may search your stack for a card and add it to your grip, then shuffle your stack. So that lets you go fetch a card, whatever you need at the time. If it's the corp that has scored, which is the only trigger on this one, but when the corp scores, you can try and lock that down, whether that's get a little bit of multi-access, whether that's fetch a program that's going to let you in, or whether that's going to be a support card. Great flexibility and pretty much the only generic tutor in the game, despite being conditional. Then had a look through the other cards that triggered. Fansite triggers whenever the corpse scores as well, and you can add that as an agenda worth 0 points. Well, what good's that, you might ask? Funny you do ask. Data Dealer core set card. You can forfeit an agenda, spending a click, and gain 9 credits. Pretty good return on investment. The fan sites do count as an agenda once they're in your score area, so you can sell them to Data Dealer. Other cards that you can sell to Data Dealer, Shiku. 15 minutes if you can score it on not your last click. Nothing better than stealing that. The corp puts it out, thinks, oh, it doesn't matter, and then you'll steal it, drop Data Dealer, and sell it for 9 credits. Quite the turnaround. Can keep you out of mid-seasons a little bit there as well, perhaps. And 24/7 news team, is that the name of the card? Where you either take it as -1 point or take 2 tags. Again, bring on the -1 points. It technically says, click for 9 money. Makes the corp very sad. Other cards that trigger, Gang Sign. Now, we're running a couple of versions of Gang Sign before this. That was kind of the first thing that was in the deck anyway. It's the only one that's really good on its own. So whenever the corpse scores an agenda, access 1 card from HQ. Now, to get the most out of that, HQ interface, and they combo together. So whenever you access a card from HQ, you can access an additional card from HQ. So with 3 HQ interfaces and 3 gang signs, you'll get 3 accesses of 4 cards. So you'll be able to see their entire hands. Now that can come back and bite you in the butt when against Jinteki, say, if they've got a snare in there, or 2 snares in there, that'll be the end of you. Unless, of course, you're at a full hand size of 6 with Logos, in which case they'll need 3 snares. But 2 snares is usually enough to put people off. And then finally, Human First. Now, Human First is a 2 influence Anarch card. Whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, gain credits equal to the agenda points on that agenda. Not very good as it happens. Even if you install this turn 1, the absolute maximum you're going to get out of it is 12 credits, 6 on the corp side and 6 points on the runner side before the final agenda point is scored. It's 2 influence, and I've got 2 copies of it in my deck. It's really, if I was ever going to take this to be a bit more competitive, it'd be the first thing that goes. It's great thematically, just having all this stuff on scored and stolen, but in terms of actually practical cards, it's not that good. So, as I mentioned, getting fan sites off, as Leela, you often want to sit back and let the corpse score first and then hammer home whatever you want to do, whether that's bounce ice of R&D to make a Maker's Eye run. I'm using HQ interfaces, so don't also want, well, I would if I could, but can't also get R&D I interfaces, but a few pretty successful runs on R&D with the Maker's Eye, and if you can get an extra agenda out of that, you can then start bouncing more ice, and that maybe opens them up for a siphon or a run on HQ for an emergency shutdown to let you into a remote, perhaps in tandem with an inside job. But that's because I only have the central breaker suite. My intention is only to run HQ and R&D where possible. But if I do want to get into a remote, I have Faust. There's enough duplicates of cards that's fine, but I don't want to be using it as a main breaker. Fem to get past anything that's just no fun, toll booth maybe, or some horrendously big bit of ice. And then bank jobs in here just for economy as well. It's very good against most decks now. They've usually got an open remote with an asset in it, and you can make the most out of that. Couple that with security testing for a bit longer term, and Catty Jones, and you've got yourself a stew going, baby. So let's have a game with this and see how it works out. I'm not sure what I do or don't want to play against. Let's see here. Oh, here's a game I was just practicing with. Something that came up is Shi-Q. Shi-Q can... The corporation can choose not to trigger it. It's a May ability on Shi-Q. In fact, let's go to the cards. We'll talk about this while we're here. Again, if anybody knows a way to force Firefox to stay in full screen, please let me know. So if I type in Shi... Oh, that didn't work quite as well as I hoped, but here's the card. Shi-Q. When the runner accesses Shi-Q, you must pay, or you may pay X. The runner must either take X next damage or add Shi-Q to his or her score area as an agenda worth -1 agenda point. And that does not trigger from R&D. But the key component here is may pay X. The corporation can decline to pay anything, in which case the second part does not fire. The runner cannot then choose to take it as -1 agenda point. So once data dealer's on the table, you do not want to be giving them more things to sell to data dealer and get 9 credits. That's the opposite of what you wanted to happen. And that came up just in the last game that you just saw the tail end of there. I actually got the Shi-Q before he knew I had data dealer, so I presume he was going to trigger it anyway. But yeah, there's a number of cards that are -1 agenda. I wonder if I search for -1 if it'll bring up. No, it's just card names. It's not the most sophisticated system on Jinteki.net for looking at cards. Still, let's play a game and see what happens. So let me tell people that are recorded again. Recorded. And then we'll create that. Swap sides to be Leela. Leela, got me on my knees, Leela. And then just confirm, are you okay if I record? Alright, let's give Domenico a game. And good luck. So, would you believe the first version of this deck actually had fan site in it? Completely counterintuitively to all those trigger effects. I wasn't thinking when I first built it. I realised after the first game that, wait a minute, that's nullifying all these abilities. Yeah, really not particularly useful for me. So that very quickly came out. However, in this Haarpsichord deck, which is probably going to try and kill me, and I don't have a huge number of ways of avoiding that. Let's go with 1, 2. I'm going to run R&D. I'm not expecting to see much. Yes, 3. I'm also going to run R&D. I'd ideally like an agenda here to bounce the ice. Yes, I will steal that. I'll bounce that, and then I'm going to go get Jackson. Now I could have the mid-season's Scorching Hand already, but I'm going to play bravely and suggest that he doesn't. He didn't want to fish back the San, so yeah, I might be dead here. No, he's just clicking for money. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, now let me draw for 1. Always draw. If you're going to draw first one. Then I'm going to run R&D. If he has binned something into archives, being all sneaky. No, I can't afford that. Makes me sad. Gain credit. It's the worst. Now he can Jackson back. He's Jackson, and the San, and just basically have costed me 8 credits. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going for the kill here, so let's see what I can't do to avoid that. And I think the answer is not much. If I go to money up at this point, he's probably going to beat me. Let's run into his hand and see what he's got. I know he's got a Jackson, I'd like to get rid of that. So, yeah, let's have a couple of cracks at HQ, see what happens. Wrap around. I'll go in again. Desperado will be good here. Keep the money up. Restructure. So you're just going to keep getting cash. I'm going to gain credit and yeah, sure. Now I'm in danger of many ways of dying here. I could sea source double scorch. Sea source. Not as bad. He is on rather a large wedge of cash. I wonder if I should be scared of the ice that's on R&D. There's Jackson. Okay. Probably credit, run Jackson, force him to use it. Can't leave it on the table for too long. Ooh. Siphon, please. Thank you. Then run Jackson, then clear the tags. I'll use the run ability. Yes, thank you. I'll then run Jimmy Jackson. Really? Remove tag, remove tag. Okay, so I'm broke again, but I'm surprised he didn't use that Jackson, even if he didn't really want anything back. He's definitely going digging. And I imagine he's probably right now got a handful of agendas that he's just waiting on me to steal. Although, what are the chances of him having the mid-seasons? Reasonable, I think, is the answer. So, security testing. Heck, human first. I've got it. I might as well play it. I put it in my deck. Run HQ. Scorched Earth. Well, that's not too much of a surprise, to be honest. And then I will install a fairy. It's free. Yeah, that one extra card is not going to save me from a double scorch. Now, can he score that this turn? Ah, doesn't matter. I can no longer inside job it. I will choose archives, please. So 1, run HQ. Successful run for money. Okay. Then 2, run server 3. Let's see what he's using to keep me out. Continue. It's probably Explodapalooza. You're just going to let me have it and then kill me. Toll booth. 3 is emergency shutdown. Toll booth. And 4 is inside job. Server 3. Now, you can't afford to res both of them. Well, maybe you could, but it's highly unlikely. So he's probably just going to let me in. That's fine, because now you can't afford to res toll booth. So, alright, he's letting me through. What's the point in resing? Now I know what both those bits of ice are. Maybe he just didn't realise quite how poor he was. Probably kicking himself on the other side of the screen. I've done it before. Yes, I will steal that. And then I'll get tagged up and die horribly. Let me... Yeah, I'm going to bounce to that, because if I ever inside job it again. Okay. Plus I get 2 credits for human first, so it's already paid itself back. Woo! Sweeps. Does he not have mid-seasons? This is interesting. Very, very interesting. He's maybe just not got the right cards at the right time. And I'm getting away with murder. Yeah, ordinarily I would not expect to have quite as much success against Haarpsichord. I have very little protection against mid-seasons. And as things stand, I'm quite poor for some reason. Not quite sure how, but I am. I wonder if he's dumped another Explodapalooza into there. Well, I'm going to security test archives. Let's draw for one. Let me... that's annoying. Let's run archives for a little bit of cash. Cash in the bank. Successful run. Then let's run R&D. I don't really want to. I want to get rid of the ice, but if it's another toll booth or someone, I might as well make him pay it. I don't fancy the tag. Got one click left. Sure. Trace me. I'll just clear a tag, the last click. Not the end of the world. Why does he want that tag to land so bad? Like 7 credits would have done it. Ah. This guy's making a few mistakes that he certainly doesn't need to. Oh, unless you got quantum predictive model. That'd be amusing. And then I'll remove that tag. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe confused it with Data Raven or something. Wanted to have the on-demand tag. Still, I'm pretty sure there might be... okay, how am I going to get through this? I could special order for... I've got the money. Oh, it's breaking news. Well, there's nothing to bounce, so that's fine. Okay. Cool beans. Let's security test archives. Let's run archives. Get some money. Then I'm going to go into his hand. I reckon there's another one there. Then run HQ. If I don't find anything in HQ, I'm going to check archives. Quandary. Then I'm going to run archives. And then I'm going to wish I had a Desperado. And then I'm going to take a credit. I want him to think that that's pretty safe. So if I special order for Breach, install Faust, then I only need to spend 1 card to get through that. What's he going to do when they come for you? So that's going to cost me 1 breaches, 2, 3. It's going to cost me all my money. It's alright. What do I need money for? I'll get some money back for Human First Enemy, assuming it is an agenda. It could easily just as well be another San City Grid. Could even be a Jackson. Could be anything. Let's see if he advances it or not. He's got to be a little bit scared of Inside Job again. But then again, he's not been... So I need that to be a 1 subroutine. I need that to be another wraparound, really. Ooh. Archives. I'll give it a punt. I will special order for Breach. Please only be 2 credits. Yeah. Then I'll install Breach. Then I'll install Faust. And then I'm going to run on server 3. And in an ideal world, because it's only 2 credits for a wraparound, so it might well be that. Yes. Has to be HQ interface. I've only got 1 breakers for the middle. Let's see if he lets me through. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to bin my money. Trash one card from grip. Goodbye, bank job. Yeah, Faust is not a great breaker for Leela here. Certainly not when I have no runs on the go. And successful run, I will steal that breaking news and I will bounce this card into HQ. Okay, so game point now. Only need another Explodapalooza. Explodapalooza is now blank. It just says Barry wins. Oh, thank Stephen Woolley for the commentary. He must have like 3 Astros. He must have at least another couple of BOs as well. So I'm going to... I wonder if I should make him... No, I'm going to money up. So I'm going to draw, run, archives, and finally... Maybe I should install one of these before... No, I'm just going to draw again. Keep my options open. So next turn, run here. Sure gamble, Catty, money on Catty, and then I am set up a little bit for this last couple of points. Now this deck can break Jinseki.net a little with all the triggers that happen. I'm not anywhere near to set up at this point to demonstrate, but let's say the corp scores. I've got 2, 3 gang signs out with 2, 3 HQIs. Then let's say I steal another agenda from hand at that point, but the other laid up triggers for the second gang sign still there. You can access the same card that you've just stolen, and then the game can't progress unless you put that agenda back into the corporation's hand. It's a very weird one. Security test archives. 1 run archives. Do I think he put anything in there? Because he must think it's relatively safe at the moment. One of these. I need to get out of Scorch. No, I don't even need to get myself out of Scorch range anymore. I am almost untouchable. He might have a 15 minutes in there. He's probably running more 1-pointers than you would normally see in decks at this point. Yeah, Haarpsichord and Argus tend to run a lot more 1-pointers. Also, if you can get a quantum predictive model behind a data raven, that tends to be able to score itself. Archives again. I want to make him feel safe about archives if he accidentally drops one in there without thinking. So I'm going to draw, and then money on Catty. Okay, so I've got some good stuff in my hand now. Definitely want to get this down. I wouldn't mind getting Logos down. But on the other hand, I don't even really want to give him another opportunity to score. So this might be a pointless card, as might this. We'll see how it goes. Definitely draw up again next turn, see what cards I get, provide myself options. If I get an R&D, Maker's Eye, sorry, I'll just do a run. This could, I could drop, if I drop Passport I can get in anywhere. Yeah, that might be a shout. See if I can find an HQ interface, make it worth my while. Yeah, draw. Let's say it's an HQ interface, drop an HQ interface, money off Catty. No, I don't have time. Money on Catty, play Passport. Then next turn, money off Catty, run HQ. I never ran on archives for money last turn. Just leaving 2 credits on the table. Now Domenico's turtling here a little bit. Don't think he can see a way out. He's probably got a handful of agendas. I'm going to drop Gang Sign anyway. That just adds to the pressure. The Corp has to think of a way of scoring without you getting access to the cards in hand, and possibly maybe even end up pitching them into archives when I will then go and get them. Okay, so that could well be an agenda there. If I run HQ, force them to res. So if I 1, 2, 3 for money, 4. It's an option. Might go. Okay, so 1, 2 run HQ. And I got Fairy in case that's a bad sentry. And I got Faust in case it's a mediocre code gate. 8 credits. Started with 10, cost him 2. So he's not spending any money. That is a successful run mid-seasons. But again, it's fairly pointless unless I get another 1-pointer. Let's run archives. Stick with the plan. And then, what could I bin here? I can definitely bin you, and I can definitely bin you. So run server 3. In fact, I'm bin logos. Can I? I'd rather have them down, to be honest. Let's see what he does. 8 credits, toll booth again probably. But then he's bankrupt himself. So he can't score next turn. Yeah. So, let's have a think. 2 for strength, 2 for strength, 1 to bust, 1 to bust, 1 to bust. Okay. Make me pay 3. And then I will jack out of that. Badoink. Still, it's another turn where he's not going to score anything. I might take money off Catty, drop both of those, and be happy enough. I wonder if his connection's particularly slow. I'll tell you what, I'll jack out. I'll lose 3 myself. And I'll end the turn there. There you go, quicker way of doing it. So he's flat broke. Do I drop everything next turn, or do I run into HQ and hope to see something? How many cards are face down in the archives? 1, 2, that's not enough. You know what, I'm going to turn off hover zoom again. Great for browsing Reddit, not so great for everyday life. And advances a card. Interesting. Oh, the alternative is I can just if that's breaking news, like a third breaking news, which it could be. Archives. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, run HQ. Let's see what it is. Continue. There's almost certainly one in hand. But will I find it? He's got Scorch, he's got mid-seasons. Then let me run archives from the money. Great success. Then let me install you and install you. So that now got to make him think twice about scoring anything. If he does have a 2-pointer in hand, he might not get a chance to do whatever shenanigans he fancies doing. So you get credits, advances. I'm then going to assume that that's maybe a breaking news. I already assume that it might be a breaking news. It could be 15 minutes. You might just want me to go in there and steal it. It could also be an astral train. Choo choo. Beal. Feels okay. Right, so if we do that, and then I'm going to fetch. Ooh, emergency shutdown. That'd be mean. But I'm going to get Maker's Eye. I want the win. And then I'm going to bounce you. I'm going to start turn. I am going to choose a server for security testing. Archives. I'm going to He should have... you should trash a card. Ended your turn before my ability finished. Because I don't really want him to... I want to put him to decision whether he keeps that bit of ice or not. He's not been particularly responsive in the chat though, so whether he does or doesn't really matter. I'm going to run an archives click one anyway. Got security testing on it, doesn't make any difference. No, he's obviously not going to play ball. Might not speak English very well. Might not understand what I'm saying, and not because of the accent in this instance. Then let me Maker's Eye. I'm not going to bust it. Trace me. I'll just get rid of the tag in a minute. The gen has got to be somewhere, right? And then here is a likely suspect. I'll take that trace. Continue. So that's one of the bad things about Gutenberg. If you've not got a keygen behind it, there's no real danger of... There's no scare of taking the tag as long as you've got a click left to clear it. Successful run. Card from deck. That'll do. GG. And then there's nothing for me to bounce. Finish it out. Too good to be true. Can't steal it, but I'll take a tag. Can't bounce anything. Psychographics. I wonder why the game let me steal that second agenda. I do not know. I should have taken the tag and not stolen it. Still, pain in the butt. I'll go into chat and find out. So that's not a great example of how the deck really comes together. I didn't get a lot of chance to get set up properly. He's already left the game, so there's no point having a look at a post-mortem with him or a bit of chat. Let's have a quick look at my deck. Yeah, you know, didn't go wide on the remote, so couldn't money up. I didn't finish getting set up in terms of my breakers. Never got fan sites out. They did nothing. I will play another game. I better start my own game. Base checks game. Recorded. I mean, not everybody likes to be filmed. Some people choke. I know a couple of people that think they always play much worse whenever they get filmed, but I don't think that is necessarily the case. Let me just double check. You okay with me recording? And if he says yes, he or she says yes, then we will go ahead and have another game. Gagarin! Well, there's definitely going to be remotes this time. And I don't have to pay for it with Bank Job because I'm not paying to access a card. I might keep this, even though there's no money. Yeah, I'll keep it. If he leaves R&D open, if he like puts stuff out, I'll run R&D Maker's Eye, then gain a credit, Earthrise, and then we start to play. Oh, he's going wide. He's probably going to ice up HQ because I'm criminal, so bound to be packing. Oh, he's interesting. Oh no, he definitely meant HQ. Account siphon's still a thing, and something you definitely have to be worried about. Yes, correct. Unless you can see into my soul. Of course, having an account siphon in hand would be phenomenal. Get an agenda here, bounce his ice, run, steal all his money, clear the tags. It would be a good... Oh my goodness. Because I do happen to have rather a lot of resources. I will steal that, and I will bounce this, and then I've got one credit left, so I'm going to run HQ, see if I can maybe pick up anything. Tour guide, gain a credit, and then I'm going to drop this. So I'm now very, very, very poor But he's got to spend a click next turn putting that ice back on HQ, and then that's fine. Does it cost anything to res public sympathy? Not public sympathy, public support 2. So he's also gone broke, and then that's a hostile. Oh yeah, so I get why I did that. Yeah, nothing for me to bounce, so that's okay. But he is also broke. This suggests... Well, actually in Gagarin this does not suggest archers, so I'll not fall into that trap again where I thought everything was an archer last time. Could have had a run on that. Could have bounced that. Would have been great. So the card on top here is now ice of some sort, was it? I forget what I saw. I saw Corporate Town, then I saw something, and then I saw Project Atlas. I really need to remember what I see in these runs. Still, regardless, that's nothing. No problem. Don't know what you might be thinking. Caprice? Crisium? I mean, at the moment he is wide open. Wide open. And he's going to have to discard a card. He's got no money for traps or anything. He's not going to get that Corporate Town down and raised. Oh, that's what that public support's for. Corporate Town. Right, 2 cards. Come on, Siphon. Siphon at it. Wait. Wait. That was stupid. I'm gonna jack out. Right, maybe I won't upload this. Yeah, that was very, very stupid. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to gain credit, and that will in fact do me. Yeah, saw a Siphon on an open HQ. Just instinct. I could have had all of these no credits. So this is now a fresh card on top of R&D. So that's good to know. If I can find another agenda, I'll bounce that, then go Siphon. Then again, what if that's a... Well, I'll definitely run an R&D first. Well, let's see what I find. Because if he scores that, take him all turn, I'll bounce that, then he's got no money. In fact, he's got no money to get anything. I'm going to run R&D. Right? That's a fact. That's a thing that's happening. Watch me do it. I am a leaf on the wind. Imagine what this would be like if I was drinking at the same time. Spiderweb, no, I do not like you. Then I will Catty Jones, and then I will put money on Catty Jones, and then with my remaining 2 credits, I don't really want him to know that I've got a breach, but I will... yeah, I'll put it down anyway. So what is breach? So breach just knocks over Spiderweb. Spiderweb's only strength 2, right? So it cost me 2 credits to break 3 subroutines. Bonus. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, this has been quite a nice little card for Gagarin. Asset, you know, it's not much to trash, but you get money back immediately. Quite decent balance there. He kind of needs another bit of ice over here. Because I'm going to run there again, and if I can bounce that, that's great. And then Siphon, clear the tags. So click 1 is, ooh, money off Catty. Take all credits. Maker's Eye run. But that's lost me a credit. Card from deck. Steal. Now this is a decision. Yeah, it's got to be that anyway, because he has to spend a click icing back up. Just choose that. Pay 4. No. Card from deck. Yes. GG, man. Not for this, but what comes next. Because I'm going to siphon them, then I'm going to go get that NAPD. Successful run, run ability, and then I'm going to run R&D. You maybe could have raised that. I wonder what that was. Very leaky R&D. Yeah, correct. GG, very unlucky. So again, you didn't get to see any of what that deck can do. I wonder, can I go for a third time? Yeah, it happens. And then you can watch it back in all its glory. Should I play a third game to see if we can actually get the deck to work? Yes, I should. Right. Going to get another game in. Speak soon. Speak soon? I don't know who this guy is. Why am I chatting to him? It's like, okay buddy, see you later. One of the good things about Netrunner is the kind of community and stuff. You know, chat about competitive play and casual play comes up, and the best way to think about it is we're all Netrunner enthusiasts. Somebody posted that on Facebook today, and you know, everybody's just in it for the love of the game, and you know, nobody's better than the other, except I am the best. So let's get a third game. If this third game doesn't work out for us, then you just have to imagine what the deck can do. You can play it yourself. I'll put a link to Netrunner DB. And just double check. You mind if I record? Sure. Okay. So good luck. So sync, is this the tag one? Yes. I've still not managed to pick up my copy of Data and Destiny. I will keep... I'm going to mulligan that. Ooh, shame we put a card there. Well, he's left himself wide open. I'm siphoning. Ah, now. Hold up. Pay one more when spending a click to remove a tag. So, I don't really care that it's costing me more. I am going to siphon, because all I care about is the fact he's got no money. I'll use the run ability, remove tag. Yep, that works. Remove tag. Then I'm going to Maker's Eye. That was a much better mulligan. Phenomenal. He can't afford to raise this. Successful run. Card from deck. I'll steal. He's got his money back. Card from deck. Bounce you. Steal. Then card from deck. Nothing for Leela to take. Mid-seasons. Interesting top card. Again, this doesn't look like it's going to be an indicative game. Yep, so I'm going to get tagged up here. I'm going... yes. Yes, I will spend all my money on that. I don't want tags. And they're certainly not cheap to get rid of. Wasn't the other side of sync? Oh, it costs you less for trash. It costs you nothing to trash. Gotcha. Dope. Well, now I'm broke. And then you can tell your funny Netrunner stories. Siphon the guy last game who had 0 credits. Alright. And he's going to choose... whatever he chooses is going to be wrong, because I'm not... Alright, siphon. Well, I've only got one more siphon, I think. I will 2 Explodapaloozas. I'm going to draw. I'm going to gain a credit, and I'm going to gain a credit. Okay. Still, giving up 4 points turn 1. No fun. Yep. Your shame forever on camera. Okay, so I'm gonna draw, and then gain credit, and then gain credit, and then gamble up. Yeah, he's left himself open for a siphon. I mean, even if he gets the 5 credits, or is it 10 credits for targeted marketing? 10 credits. Yeah, probably not worth it for me to siphon then. Okay, so let's get the party started. If I drop... Maybe I should go see what that is. Alright, YOLO. YOLO swag. Let's see what it is. I'll jack out. Then I will 2, 4, and that still leaves 2. Ah, no, because it cost me 2 to bust. Well, whatever. Maker's Eye. Break 3 barrier subroutines. Stupid breach. Why are you so expensive? No, I will not pay for that. Yeah. More death cards. Oh well. Gain a credit. Well, that was just poor timing. But then again, I got 2 off my last access, so can't really complain. I should maybe run... Oh, there you go. Now I'm dead. Okay, so again, that's not how the game best goes. And then you'll just scorch death me. Okay, they've all been crazy games. I'm not going to play another one. I'll put a link up to Netrunner DB. If you want to play, you can try it yourself, see actually how it goes once it's set up, and see if you can find anything that would make it a bit more competitive or more suited to you. Who runs C-Source and mid-seasons? Like, what sort of person throws a shoe? Yeah, I was playing far too reckless there. Once I knew that he had the Scorch kill in hand, I should have just played very much more conservatively, moneyed up, and I could have done that. I could have just dropped the Earthrise, spent a few turns building up, because then it's no fun for the opponent when they do score. Bouncing and get that Maker's Eye run for free, not let them res the wraparound. I got a little bit carried away that I had a handful of breakers. That's not really the game plan with Leela. Leela wants to, precision runs when she needs to, and certainly this deck, wants a lot of moving parts to get the most out of what the deck does. Let's have a little look at what's on top. So we'd have got both of these, which would have been fine. Then we'd have got both of these, and then we're back into another Earthrise, and then yeah, just draw city, get the data dealer. Yep, would have been a much closer game. Still, that was my own fault. Mistakes were made on both sides, but enjoy. Like, subscribe. I'll do Corpside games next probably, and then maybe some of the tier 3/tier 5/tier 9 decks I'm playing with as well on here. They're not particularly good, but they are a lot of fun.